Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother David back with another quickie, man. Quick edification. Alright, so today we're going to rebuke these demons, man. Talking about, alright, the chariots of the Lord are fake, man. When the Lord don't even give women an understanding, man. Alright? God don't deal with women. He deal with the men. Always been dealing with the men. Always. Never deal with women. That's why the Lord don't deal with y'all, man, because y'all just jumping into conclusion without making any research, without reading any scriptures. You don't have any scriptures to back up your claim. You just claim that they don't exist. You just put it in a group where everybody's watching, man. People are learning, and you have people liking this, man. I was the only one who laughed at it. Probably somebody else did. Alright, she laughed at her own thing, man. Alright, she laughed at her own thing. Because she knows she lying, man. Alright, I'm about to rebuke this demon right there. He said, approve this message, except for the literature Maya. See, Maya. That's not your Yah. He's not dealing with you. You better get a husband or you're not going to make it. Alright, before I start this lesson, I'm going to say, Kahala, Yahweh, Ba, Shema, Malaka, Mashiach, Yahweh, Shai. Let's get to it, man. Alright, the post says, there's no such thing is UFO. You need to learn how to spell anyway, because this is not right. There's no such thing as UFOs. That's why you're supposed to be putting. People are just rushing to put anything on the internet without having no type of, they don't even revise what they just post, man. That's completely wrong. That's why you know you're dealing with a heretic, a dummy. Alright? It's just a bunch of UFO false teachers that believes in UFOs. Alright? And I was like, first off, the name is chariots. It was like, UFOs are not chariots. That's what she said. And laugh. That's what to prove you, they're just talking out of their mouth, man. Alright? And I was like, what does UFO means? This devil, this Edomite come here and said, unidentified objects, I guess. Which is completely off. And I corrected them, be like, unidentified flying object. So they can't identify it, because if it's unidentified, that means they cannot identify. That means they don't have a name for it. They don't have like an understanding about it. All right, the so-called white man. That's why they call it UFO, because it is unidentified. All right, but we can. I'm like, but we can. These are the vehicles of the Most High. Unpopular opinion, but I made my research. Tomorrow I make a lesson. But I switched my mind. I said, instead, I'm going to prove it tonight. All right? To the Spirit of the Most High, we're going to break down the scriptures. We're going to, we're going to debunk these devils, man. Rebuke these devils about this, all these doctrines they're trying to push, man. You don't know nothing, and you're trying to push doctrines. Men who study, trying to reprove you, and you don't want to learn. All right? And she was like, prove it. What scripture can you give me that prove UFOs exist? First off, you're not going to find UFO in the Bible, man. You're not going to find UFO in the Bible. Or headed for Israel. What? Because I'm going to give one scripture that will debunk your flying object. Where's the scripture, though? Where is it? I was like, shaking my head. You clearly don't have understanding. Wait for my breakdown. So we're going to break down these devils, man. Right? We're going to break down these devils, man. We're gonna show you flying objects. All right, the so-called UFOs are in the scriptures, man. All right, let's get it, man. First off, we're gonna go to Ezekiel. I got my notes. I got my notes on UFOs. Like, I studied this, man. I studied this. You feel me? You don't study, I study, man. Ezekiel chapter 1. I'm gonna start at 4. All right. And Ezekiel was a Levite, man. Ezekiel the priest. Who were the priests? The Levite. The Levites, man. Alright? Ezekiel is my forefather. Alright? Verse 4, and he reads, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud. Alright? A whirlwind. Let me show you what whirlwind are, man. I'll show you what whirlwind are. I'll show it to you right now. Download. Downloads. Alright? Those are whirlwind. Whirlwind, man. Alright? Those are whirlwind. That's how he's trying his best to describe what he was seeing. Because at that time, UFOs, the name of UFO was not even in the picture yet, man. The letter U and F and O was not even in the picture. So he was trying to have his best to describe what he was seeing. He says cloud because you only be seeing cloud in the sky. And then now he see an object. So he described it as a cloud. Alright? Let's get back to the scriptures, man. And he said, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself. You see, there's a fire in a cloud. Alright? It's a fire in it, which is a light. Because he's just trying his best to describe what he was seeing. It's not really fire, but it's a light. Because at that time, electricity wasn't invented yet. Electricity was not invented yet. Enfolded itself. And a brightness was about it. So he's not talking about a literal fire, speaking about a bright light. Was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber. Amber. Let's search it. Let's search the color amber. We're gonna search out everything, man. Alright. It said, as a color of amber out of the midst of the fire. Talking about an angel, man. Right? The color of amber. Verse 5 said, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, man. So 4 angels was in that chariot, man. 4 angels. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. They had a face of a man. Verse 6. And everyone had 4 faces. You see, every living creatures have 4 faces. Those are the angel of the Lord. You're going to be scared if you ever see the angel of the Lord, man. You're going to get scared. You never seen something like that before. Right? And everyone have 4 wings. They had wings. The angels got wings. 4 wings each. Verse 7, he said, and their feet were straight feet. And the sole of their feet was like unto a sole of calf foot. Alright, they have like calf foot. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Alright, like the same color of Hamashiach Yahawashi. Burnished brass, like is the like fine brass as it was burned in the furnace. Alright, those are the angels. Alright. So he's describing the angels right now. So y'all can go read it for yourself. I'm trying to keep this as, you know, as like, you know, quick as possible. Alright, verse 16. Alright, verse 16, it said the appearance of the wheels. You know what a wheels is, right? A wheel. A wheels. You know those type of, long time ago, those chariots that are like a horse and there's wheels on the chariots? Those are wheels. Talking about the thing that makes the chariot go. Say the wheels. He's calling it a wheels because it was a flying round thing. Let me show you what wheel is. Cause man. There are chariots like that at that time. You feel me? So he was trying his best to describe what he was seeing. All right. And the appearance of the wheels and their works was like unto the color of beryl, which is green, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance in their work was a wheel in the middle of a wheel. It's like he's describing the chariots right now. It's best to describe it. He said it's like a wheel in the middle of a wheel. What does that look like? What does that look like, man? A wheel in the middle of a wheel. All right. All right. All right. A wheel, the first one, the largest one, was the first wheel, and the second one was a wheel like in the middle of a wheel. And the color of beryl was in the middle of it, man. Like this, like you're seeing in the bottom right there. All right. That's not accurate, but you know, Esau, Edom also read, man. Y'all the one who don't read, man. All right. Esau, Edom read, man. You feel me? Esau, Edom read, but you don't. You don't know about the chariots of the Lord. You don't know those vehicles are the Most High vehicles operating by the angels. You don't know that because you don't read. All right. He described it. Let's read 16 again. The appearance of the wheels, because it was not only one, and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness. They all looked the same, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. All right. And when they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. All right, so they each going in a different direction. Both of these wheels going in a different direction. That's what that verse means. Verse 17. It said, when they went upon their four sides. Like you see, like all around, it's rolling all around. That's why it's describing. It's rolling all around the four sides, the whole around the both of them are. All right, the wheels are like going. You know, UFOs. You watch movies, man. All right, and they turn not when they went. All right, they just turning like a whirlwind. They don't turn. For as their rings, you see the rings, you know what a ring is? It's a round thing. For as their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes around about them four. Talking about lights. Those UFOs got lights on them, man. Those UFOs have lights. All right, they have lights on them. Lights. Talking about, he says eyes, because he's describing his best. He's trying his best to describe what he was seeing, man. He's trying his best, man, to give us a description, to give us, because this book is coding too. It's code. It's not for the heathens. It's code. But Esau, Edom, you know, he study, but you don't. Or probably the Most High put the spirit on them to give us clues in movies, man. All right. Verse 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. All right. So these chariots are following the angels. Wherever the angels go, the wheels go too, man. The chariot goes too. All right. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. All right. So these wheels are connected to the angels. All right. They were connected to the angels. But he said, whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. So the UFOs actually follow the angels. Till there was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. All right. So wherever they go, the wheels go too. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. So how you telling me those are not the UFOs that they're talking about? They said the living creatures that you just see, the angels were inside of the wheel. They were inside of it. Dumb females, man, don't know nothing. Shut your mouth and learn something from the man of the Lord, man. We're not sugarcoating things, nothing for y'all anymore, man. All right, and he's gonna say that again. All right, and when those went, these went, and when those stood, these stood. All right, whatever they do, the chariots follow, man. This is a spiritual object, even though there's nobody like inside of it. They can control the UFOs with their mind. Wherever they go, the chariot goes. Wherever they want to go, the chariot bring them there. Because they actually connected to the chariot. All praise to the Most High God, man. One day I'm going to have my own chariot, man. One day I will have my own chariot, bro. I don't need those damn cars running on gas. Keep on killing me, man. Trying to kill me in the highway, man. I don't need those things, man. Alright, and when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels, man. Again, he said that. Alright, we're gonna bring out another precept, man, on that. We're gonna bring out another precept. Let me get my notes. Let me get my notes real quick. Let me get my notes. Let me get my notes. Alright. Jeremiah 4 and 13. Jeremiah 4 and 13. Jeremiah chapter 4. Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 13. Let's get it, man. We're gonna rebuke these devils, man. Alright. The book of Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 13. And he said, behold, he shall come up as clouds. He shall come up as clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind. So we're talking about the Lord's chariots. Which you think like a horse guiding it shall be like a whirlwind? What does that mean? Whirlwind. I just showed you what a whirlwind was. I just showed you what a whirlwind was. When Jeremiah said his chariot, that's a whirlwind, something that's turning, like the way that Ezekiel was describing it, man. A whirlwind, that's a whirlwind. Come on, man. You need to make your mind work, bro. Come on. Don't listen to what people have to say, man. Don't ever do that. Alright? Don't do that. And he said, 13, and behold, he shall come up as clouds, and with chariot, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind, His horses are swifter than eagles. When you're talking about horses, he's not speaking about an actual horse. He's talking about the chariot still. So be swift as eagles. So you're talking about you believe in flying horses, and me believing in me believing in chariots, which is completely, everybody knows about UFOs. So you're calling me crazy for believing in the chariots, but you believe in flying horses, right? You believe in flying horses, right? And I'm crazy for believing in the chariots of the Lord. And you believe in flying horses, right? And these horses are swifter than eagles. That means they fly so smooth. These chariots fly smooth. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled, man. These chariots, man, they're not coming here to play with us, man. They're coming to set destruction on the earth. That's why you never seen one. Because when they come, they start trouble. They start trouble. That's what they do. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 4, start at 7. Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 7. He said, therefore thou shalt set thy face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and thy arm shall be uncovered. We shall prophesy. Is it? No, that's the one precept. That's the one precept. Salakia, Salakia, Salakia. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. All right. Hmm. I thought I had them. All right. The book of Second Kings, chapter 6 and verse 16. It said, "And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them." All right. So what these other nations have with them, what we have with us is more, because we have the chariots watching over us, man. The church of the Lord. It said, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes. I pray thee, open his eyes. He wanted to see clearer. He wanted the Most High to open his eyes so he could see spiritual things. Say, open his eyes. He's praying for the Most High to open his eyes. That does not mean he couldn't see. That means that he wanted to see some stuff that he can't see with normal eyes. Said that he may see. That he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots and fire around about Elisha. Full of horses. Not actual horses, talking about chariots and chariots. Those chariots, those flying objects of fire. They have fire on them, man. That's why, bro, I've seen those lights in the sky all the time, man. Those are the fire you're seeing, man. Alright? And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. These objects can do anything. They can make you go blind. You know, like you know those flashbangs, pow, make you go blind. You don't see nothing. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elijah. That means whenever these nations come around us, man, we just gotta pray to the Most High to send these chariots, man, and destroy them, man. That's all we gotta do. All right, this was just an example, but let's go back to it, man. Let's go back to it. Psalms 68, Psalm 68 and verse 13. Psalms chapter 68 and verse 13 said, Though he have lain among the pots, yet he be as the wings of a dove, all right, of a dove covered with silver. All right, those chariots have wings as a dove, and they're covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. All right, that's a description of the chariot, man. It's a description of it. All right. Let's go to another precept. We're gonna go to another precept. Well, I'm gonna save the best for last. All right. I'm gonna save the best for last. Revelation 11 and 12. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 12. He said, And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up in heaven in a cloud. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. And their enemy beheld them. Alright, so the chariot is gonna come and beam us up. The clouds that you think that's just a normal cloud. No, those are the chariots of the Lord. He can call them cloud, he can call them chariots. Alright. There's so many precepts on that, man. I was just bringing out to the spirit, man. Alright. Let's bring out this last precept, man. Second Esdras. The book of Second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 13. We're gonna start at 1. Second Esdras chapter 13 verse 1. And he said, And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there was a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. Alright. And I beheld, and lo, a man wax strong with 1,000 of heaven. That man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled and were seen under him. Verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth fell when it filled with the fire. All right. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, when the four wings of heaven to subdue the men came out of the sea. All right. So he's talking about Yahweh Shai coming with his chariots, man. All right. It's Yahweh Shai coming with his chariots. That's how it's gonna come up. That's why it's coming out here, man. All right. So this is no game out here, man. You will never understand. If you don't understand, you don't understand. Because if you don't believe, you don't believe. Because that's not gonna change anything according to the scriptures. According to what I just read in Ezekiel chapter 1, I described the chariots to y'all. I already did. If you don't believe that, then everything I just said right now not gonna mean anything to you. Because I just described in Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 4 down to verse 21. 4 till 21. You need to meditate on the scriptures, man. What those things that Ezekiel was talking about. Alright. So this is the breakdown that I bring out onto y'all. I'm gonna try to be more clearer next time, trying to find more precepts on the chariots to clarify things up. Because I already did in Ezekiel 1. I know y'all have a short attention span, or y'all have no understanding. So I will have to do more lessons on that. Part 2 is coming soon. So with this, I'm gonna say shalom, blessings and peace. By Hashem Amalekah Mashiach Yahushua. Amen.